A one. Welcome to the Danger Zone podcast, Ep.6. I have JHL22. Upper left, upper right, SupaPhill. Myself, my name is Sharpie. Welcome. How's it going, guys?
Fantastic. I'm going awesome. Got my watermelon shirt on.
Yes.
Old school shirt. So, all kitted up, all ready to go. How are you, JHL 22?
I'm buggered, but I'm good, I guess. Tired. I've got a shirt covered in solo because at the TikTok that I messed up that I had to delete, I actually choked on it while doing it. But I'll get to that later. But I've got a
Wait, so
shirt
you
covered
choked on the solo
Yeah,
can, like full gagged on it, or?
on the drink. Yeah.
Why'd you
Because I'm
delete?
sick. I tried to scull it and swallow it, and I was like, and I had to delete the video, which is annoying. But I was like, "Ugh," and it just dribbled
I
out the
think
side of
I
my
think
mouth.
you should explain
was
what's been
perfect.
happening
Yeah,
the
it was
past
pretty
week.
funny.
Because
Sorry, Aaron?
I think you should explain what's been happening the past week with Solo and TikTok.
Past 13 days, I think it is.
Yeah, 13 days. Yeah. I think we talked about it.
13? You're not up to day
Yeah,
13.
today was day 13. Yeah.
Jesus.
Time flies when
Did
you're
you
having
post
fun.
today?
You're just not watching. Yeah, I posted.
I've
just
literally
now.
watched
Wow.
all of them and commented all of them and shared all of them. So I don't know what you're talking about. Time flies when you're having fun.
It does. All right. Well, I'll explain. I can't remember if had I started it the last time we did a podcast. We did one 2 weeks ago, right? So I spoke about it then. Yeah, we did. So
You were just
for
about to
those
start. We were
who-
just about to start it.
Yeah,
It was
you
two-
had
it's
to-
14 days
yeah,
ago, so
it was that day. That day, yeah. Well, for those that watch me on Twitch, they'll know that I drink a lot of solo cans. Even more so now. And it was just a bit of a running joke basically since my first stream that Solo should sponsor me, and so there's a bit of fun and potential to sort of branch out on my socials a little bit more. I am doing a TikTok every day of me drinking a solo can in all these different situations and ridiculous things. It's been a lot of fun. It can be really hard because I don't have enough. I have plans, but they're all really big. So I'm literally doing it every day. I don't have any pre-recorded. So every day I get home from work and I'm fucking rushing to try and get. My chair is sinking as I'm talking. I don't know if you've slowly noticed me going down, but yeah. So every day I'm doing a TikTok and just trying to get it out. I've had a few go pretty well. The best one is currently at 1,300 views and about 130 likes. So would have been better if Brady and Brad didn't mess up the filming of it. I think
Was
the
it
quality was better.
was it the one where you're on the street when it's
splash.
raining? You're sitting out on a chair and they drive past, splash you in the
And
car.
splash me, and the amount of people that drove past and splashed me because Brad's car back window didn't go down, so I had to go and get my car, and so I was just sitting there in the middle of this island on the busiest
Why
road
would you
in
stay
town.
seated there?
Might as
Oh,
well.
I didn't. I moved, but I sat in the chair away from the puddle, and they were all laughing, and everyone was honking their horn. But then when Brad and Brady came back, I just sat there and just copped it while they were filming it a couple of times. So it was pretty fun.
They left you
It's a good. I told them to leave me. I was like, don't waste. I had to go and get Eliza. I picked up Eliza at 2 to 6. I normally pick her up at 5:30 from childcare.
Wait, so
So I
they
was
already
just
went for
go.
a practice run, wet you, and then
No.
No. Oh, okay.
They went to drive off, realized that his window wouldn't wind down. So I'm like, all right. I was like, you already have my keys because obviously I didn't have any of that stuff in my pockets.
Yeah.
So I was like, go and get my car. My house was 5 minutes away. They caught the train tracks both ways, so it took them 15 minutes. I didn't have a phone. All I had was a couple cans of Solo, and I'm just sitting in a little fold-out chair, just in the middle. It's a busy road, right? It's 2 lanes.
I think I know where that was. Yeah.
And it's really busy. And I'm just sitting in the center island while it was raining, just sipping on a Solo. It was pretty awkward. It was funny though. Especially
Right.
younger people driving past honking their horn and
Did you have your
especially
phone?
when I was getting splashed. This big fucking monster truck ute, so the big ones on the massive wheels. He started coming down and I'm sitting there. This is after Brad had already filmed it, and I saw his face and he just had this look in his eye, and I just heard the car just accelerate, and I was like, oh fuck, here we go. And I just copped it. But it was good. It was a good laugh. I've got some good plans to come. It's more so just filling in between those big days with the smaller ones, which can be difficult. So, so far, I feel like all the ones I've put out have been alright. There's probably maybe 1 or 2 that are a bit just whatever.
Do you have any other
They're all
funny
good. They're all
stories like
above
that?
what I expected. They're all above TikTok quality, standard TikTok quality. People would do what you're doing, but they would just drink a can of Solo.
drink it on
And
camera.
they'll
Yeah,
just
yeah, they wouldn't go up.
Nothing.
And I can't, like, in
Yeah.
hindsight, it's kind of like, if I get to, like, day 40 or 50, I'm going to be like, what the fuck am I going to do? So,
You're gonna have to do some just drinking ones. Just
yeah, I think every now and then. So, we'll figure it out. But
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any other stories like that where like maybe you've stuffed up the filming and you had to down another can, like within
Yeah,
5
every
or 10
day.
minutes?
I swear to God, you say every day.
I
Like,
got-
oh, I had 3 today trying to film it. Or whatever.
yeah, it's really hard to get it right. I'm a little bit particular at times. The second one we did, I was fully clothed in the shower.
Yeah. I've seen
If
that.
you're on my Twitch, I'll type the link to my TikTok so you can check it. If you're on Aaron's, that's fine.
Is it
listed as my
JTL22
tag.
on TikTok?
But yeah, the second one I was in the shower fully
It
clothed.
should be that.
And the first time Brad set it up to only record 15 seconds. So I'm sitting in this. We didn't have hot water at the time, so I'm sitting in a freezing cold shower, fully clothed, and Brad messes up. It cuts out 15 seconds in. Then
Yeah.
he does a second one, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's good. We open it, realize he didn't record any sound. So we had to do it 3 times. So I drank 3 then. The worst one though was when I used one of those like skull hats with the 2 drinks on either side. I just messed up the recording of it 3 times. So I drank 8 solo cans in the space of about 3.5 minutes.
Oh,
Don't you just
you
Um,
feel sick, man.
Don't you?
I felt so sick. I literally thought I was going to explode. I was in the shower and I'm like, I'm either going to throw up or die here. Like,
Oh my
just-
God.
yeah.
I would just record it on my phone like a normal recording and then like do it
Chuck
that
it
way.
into TikTok and like, edit it.
Yeah, and then
Oh no,
upload
but that
to
wasn't. It wasn't messing it up like that. So that was that and that first one's probably the only time that it was kind of messed up on TikTok. I'm not super experienced with editing on TikTok either, to be completely honest. So like I'm
neither.
still learning.
It's a little
as
bit
I go.
tricky. Like, there's some tricks
But
to it. Yeah.
that one was more so like I didn't undo the cap on the draw one time, or I took too long. Like it was little things, like I'd say a line wrong or something, or it just didn't feel like funny. So that's why it took me 4 goes to do that one.
Oh, you
And
are so
it's quite
particular.
slow to drink.
Yeah.
Nah, not. It was just like it was really slow to drink through a straw. So that's why on the last one I just sort of like wore it.
Yeah, man, if I'm doing like fucking 2 cans at once, I'm doing it like a first take, and then if it's shit, it's shit. That's just what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I don't know how you went back twice and then 3 times, and then that's crazy.
Yeah, and then today what I did, I'll tell you is what I did because I'll probably do it again at some stage. But I went through KFC to get dinner, and like I placed my order, and then she was like,
And you got a
"Anything else?"
solo with
And I
your
like
dinner.
turned back to the camera and I was like, "Can of solo, please," and like grinned, took the can of solo, and then took it home, and like everyone had all their food on a plate, and my plate just had a solo.
Yeah,
And
nice.
so like when I drank that, I choked on it, like went everywhere. So then I drank another one. But then I don't know if you saw it because I posted it and it got like 2 likes before I realized. And I opened it and it was supposed to say day 13, why I really wanted to have KFC. And I wrote day 13, why I really wanted to have solo. And I saw it and I was like, I just
Wrong with
spent like
that?
40 minutes.
You could have just
going.
left there.
It just
man.
didn't
Just
make
left
sense.
it, bro. Who cares?
I don't know. I kind of like what I
just put
ended
a
up
little
posting today.
comment.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, what I ended up posting today ended up making me laugh. So, I was pretty happy in the end. I thought the replacement was good considering it was just like a 5-minute thing. And I guess that's the funny thing. Like I spent so long planning it out, and then the one that I made in like 5 minutes was actually not bad. So I'm gonna try and do that a little bit. Gonna try and get onto some of the trends a little bit more. And like I like the solo man music, and obviously like 80%
Oh, that's a great song.
of
man.
my clips will be with the solo music. I've actually had a lot of people like sing it like at work. Like people be singing it. I got
Yeah,
a
it gets
Snapchat
stuck
from
in my
Lucas
head
today. I
too.
don't know if you got that. He was like, I can't get it out of my head, and he's like singing it. So it's catchy, but I want to get on some of the trends. So I got a few in mind. So I'm gonna do those 2 like here and there. But I got some really, really, really outrageous ones planned that I was gonna wait a long time, like 50 days or 100 days, but I just don't know if I'll make it. I want to make it that far,
I want to make a guess.
but I
Right?
don't know if I will, and I want to try and get.
Do any
viral
of
before that, so
these outrageous ones include like
get my phone, so if it's good, I can write it
a
down.
container, like a large container? I don't expect a bathtub full of solo because that's gonna be too much, too expensive. But like maybe like a laundry bucket that you jump in or something like that. I could.
can't
trough.
confirm or deny, Aaron. I can't confirm or deny.
Oh man.
Bro.
We want
I'll
to see
say
it.
one thing: just don't be so particular about them. Even if it just says like, you said you want to get like KFC or just get solo, just leave it. You know what I mean? And then just put
Yeah.
in like the
Yeah.
comments, just write. So, caption was supposed to say this, and then I'll be
Yeah.
like, I don't care about the caption. The video is fucking awesome.
Yeah, you're like
Yeah.
the
just
amount of
roll with the
like
punches,
mistakes I've
man.
seen on TikTok like that, like people like just dumb
Yeah.
spelling mistakes. And like even if you put like spelling mistakes or like things that people can correct in a TikTok and they
It helps
usually
the
go and do
algorithm.
it in the comments and
Yeah.
stuff, so it actually helps you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. I'm a little bit surprised with some of the ones that go off and some that don't. So like, the one where I was passed out on the floor.
Oh, and someone poured it in your mouth.
I was
Hmm.
like pissing myself filming that passed out with all the cans. And that one only has like 430 views. But the one where I said about the panic buying has like 800. And I thought the point of view one was funny. Obviously, I knew that the splashing one would be the most popular. That wasn't like a surprise. But I'm just, yeah, it's interesting what sort of gets picked up and what doesn't. But people are telling me like every day that I'm showing just showing up in their feed, even like they'll swipe and it'll be like day 9 and it'll be like day 11 and it'll be like day 10. I'm like taking up like 3 or 4 in a row on their feed. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
This is
that's
this
what
is
you want.
JChal22 on TikTok. Look it up. Get around it. You gotta crack a solo.
I just talked for a really long time about that. So
That's good.
Man, it's like it's
Um,
been like a big
yeah.
part of your life for 2 weeks.
the most important thing in my life right now.
Have
Well, you
you?
start a habit of something and then you get stuck into it. And then normally
Yeah.
that takes at least a week or something. I think it's like if you start something and do it 3 to 4 days a week and continue that for a month, then it's going to be a habit and then you'll just keep doing it.
Oh,
And then once you start something and do it every day and people enjoy it, they look forward to the next one. Like if you missed a day, I'm sure you'd probably get like 5 or 6 messages off your mates like, bro, where's the solo video?
if I don't get it out by like 6 o'clock, people are always saying where it is,
I always I
Exactly.
always
You know what I
scroll
mean?
through.
including you guys. But yeah,
I always scroll through my For You page looking for it like around like before bed or whatever, and I try to like have it come up on the For You page before I search for it. I've only had to search for it like once,
that's
which
crazy.
is good.
That's really
And
crazy.
speaking of like
I don't
building
know if that's like
habits,
location or anything, but it's cool.
yeah, I don't know.
But you would
Honestly.
follow me, wouldn't
No,
you?
I
So
follow
that
you,
would
so it
help.
comes up for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of building habits, Phil, you said you were working out a couple of weeks
Yes.
ago. Have you
Yes.
built any habits around that? Still going strong?
Well, I haven't been since last Friday. So not
Too
the
bad. I thought you were gonna
Friday
say Monday.
gone, the Friday beforehand.
Oh,
Yeah.
And that's because I had gastro all last
Yeah.
week. So I had Monday, Tuesday off work, Australia Day. Claire got it from somewhere and then passed it to me, and then I passed it to Tia, then Mum got it, then Sam got it, and it was like a day and a half that we all had it kind of thing. So it was like when I got over it, Tia had it, and then I had to look after the kids, and then Mum had it, so we're looking after her. So it was just like a whole big week, and I just wasn't feeling up for anything.
Oh yeah.
And then I should have gone Saturday or Sunday, but yeah, I didn't. I had
life
footy
gets in the
training
way
started.
sometimes.
Had footy training starting Monday, so I wanted to be fresh for that. And then after a week of making more runs than Donald Bradman, then I thought, I'll just relax for a little bit. So I did want to go for a swim after this, though. I was thinking going for
After
a little
this?
swim.
Fantastic
Yes.
idea. I want to get in that habit. So I want to run, but I want to mix it up with swimming just to take some pressure, especially until I lose some weight off my knees and my ankles, and because I'm flat-footed too, I've got orthotics. So while I'm heavier, it just that force through there's really uncomfortable. So that's what I'm gonna try and get into the habit
I
of. I
hate
was gonna run
swimming.
today when I got home from work at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock this morning. But like because I'm feeling a bit sick, I didn't. But I'm gonna try and get in the habit of waking up a bit earlier and just going for runs and try and lose a bit of weight and get fit first, and then potentially if I can find the time to go to the gym as well, I will.
I can't do cardio, man. I hate cardio. Like
Yeah, you're
running.
like ultra gym junkie. Like,
No,
just fucking
like I
smash
just
the weights.
I don't like it. Like I much prefer lifting weights and like feeling the sore feeling that like kind of immobilizes you. like the days after, even the delayed onset
After,
muscle
okay.
soreness. The pump is good because like you look at yourself and you're like, because the gym
You
always has
reckon?
good lighting. It's like down lighting, and like you look at yourself in the mirror and you're just like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Who is
And you got
that?
like a full mirror there, full mirror over
Yeah,
there,
you
another
like
on that
every
side.
way you
You're
see
like, oh,
yourself.
how you doing at yourself kind of thing. Like, yeah.
I quite like running when I'm fit. Ever since like when I was 16 and got sick, it's sort of been hard. Like, I basically lost 16 years of base fitness that you build up, and I've sort of never got it back. Like, I'll run for 3 months and be okay. I'll be able to run 5, 6 Ks like fairly comfortably. And if I don't run for 2 weeks, it's gone. Like, it's really hard. But yeah, I like running because I like that it's just like you, bit of music out on the road, and you struggle a little bit at the start, and it's kind of stupid in the sense that your first, K and a half's the hardest bit, and then you just find your rhythm. Like you start to breathe, and you don't even realize that you're just breathing in a rhythm, and your legs are just going, and you can just sort of chill out for like 45 minutes to an hour, sort of thing. Um, so if I can get fit again, I'd really like to run all the time, but starting's the hardest part. Like starting for the first month and a half and getting into that routine is probably the biggest challenge. So that's what I'm trying to motivate myself just to do that.
What's
Yeah,
that?
starting's always the
What's the
hardest.
hormone called where it releases when you exercise? It just
Dolphins,
makes you feel endorphins. Is that
endorphins.
what it is? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's basically all it is, isn't it? You
Oh
just
yeah,
get going
yeah.
and get moving, and then your body's just like, I love this. Do it more
Oh
often,
yeah.
kind of thing.
I feel terrible going for a run at the moment because I'm just such a fat piece of shit. But afterwards I feel great, really good.
Yeah, I find when I don't exercise for a long time and I try and go for a run, I'm knackered and then I'm sore and I'm stuffed for like a day, 2 days. If I go for a swim like I'm doing now, or jumping on a bike or an elliptical or something, or doing an exercise where it's not so compact heavy on your feet, and you know what I
Yep.
mean, and not so physically exerting as well. It's like I find I can go like I can jump on an elliptical and smash it out on like one of the higher levels for 40 minutes and I'll build up a nice sweat. But my carbs and everything, they're not stuffed, if that makes sense. But I've
Yeah.
worked out as hard as going for a 5K run. And
Yeah,
like
it's
that's the
the
same with the bike. The spin bike's awesome, man, because the same thing. You get no compact. You're not hitting the ground. You just fucking your legs are just going and going and going and going. But the biggest thing that's helped me is swimming because of the breathing aspect. You know,
yeah.
you have you beat up any cardiovascular things for a little while, and then you go for a swim, and then all of a sudden you're like, you know, you're 40 meters into a 50-meter lap, and then you're like two strokes because you're fighting for air kind of thing instead of going, you know, three or four at a time. You're like, yeah, I know that helps me.
Yeah. I like swimming. I used to be a good swimmer. The only reason we didn't do squad is my mum didn't want to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Otherwise, me and Brad both would have. Um, and it's good for asthma too. I'm asthmatic, so I'd love to get back into swimming. Um, I think I think it's easier for me to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning before I start work at 7 and go for a run though, rather than have to get ready, drive to a pool, swim, dry myself, come all the way back. Whereas I can just put on some clothes, run around the block, and come back and get ready for work or
Yeah,
deal
it's a
with
lot less
Eliza.
time
That's the thing.
consuming.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's you're right. It's way easier on the body for the same sort of work, and the benefits for it are huge. I think a balance of everything's good.
Oh yeah, like you need a balance, but like all I want to do is like weight train and like just have bigger muscles and like less fat in my body. That's all I really
Yeah.
want. I don't really
Yeah,
like. I mean, a certain amount of like cardio will come with that, but because like after like a few sets you get a bit winded and stuff, but
so sorry.
it's not cardio or anything like that. But
Yeah, I get you.
I really like I like because I can just walk into the gym and like I just have a plan of what I have in my head of like I'm not like a super fit dude or anything, and I haven't been very consistent with it, but I know I've learnt all these things, and I've learnt like a good exercise split and like my push pull and legs, how to like stagger it over days so like I can get the most out of my workouts. And when everything, like when you got like a few perfect weeks in a row where you hit each day, it's like a really good feeling. A lot of endorphins coming through, let me tell you.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
my
but
fave.
that's the thing though. Like your goals for going to the gym would be just to like just to cut and then look grouse, you know, and like just to feel
Completely
healthy
vain.
and fit with yourself.
Yeah.
You know, just like be bulk as but lean, like, you know, like
I just want to look good with my shirt
look
off.
grouse and just feel
Grouse.
good,
I want to
you
look
know, feel
grouse.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I get that. That's me
Whereas
too.
my goals is probably similar to James. Is like, you know, James, you want to play cricket and then be able to have a 15 over spell, or, you know, 10 overs or something comfortably, instead of getting into your fourth, fifth, sixth over of bowling, and then you're like, you know, puffing out, and then the captain's looking at you going, all right, you need a spell, kind of thing. Like, you know, off you come. And then for me, it's, I just want to work out and do lots of cardio to lose weight and to also feel good about myself, but because I don't want to go to the bench if I don't need to when I'm playing footy.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to keep carrying on and just fucking, like, you
Because
know,
I don't
get
care
to the
if
next
it's a
contest,
sport
kick
or
another
anything.
goal, like, you know.
Yeah.
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 I just don't like being tired walking up the stairs.
Yeah,
And
even
obviously,
that.
like I'm not happy with like how I look at the moment. So, I don't need to be like super built and buff to be happy. But I don't like looking in the mirror. So that's why I want to sort of slim down a little bit too. And just for Eliza as well. Like I want to be able to run around and play with her and not be out of breath. So that's, I guess, which I'm not at the moment. I'm not at that stage, but I don't want to get to that stage either. So that's the motivation too, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It creeps on. The older you get. I'm 26 this year, and it's like, I mean, if I sit down for a week and don't go to the gym, it's like, I don't know,
Yeah.
out of breath and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, for sure.
I'm just feeling so bad about myself for last week now, but like the footy training yesterday.
No,
you
I
know,
was off. I was off for over a week because I had like late starts at work, and I'd get home around 4 to 5, and it's just like I had no energy, and like I just realized that for me, when I get home at 1 or 2, it's way easier for me to go to the gym than when the girls are at daycare, or they were at daycare, and I can just like run off to the gym for an hour, come back, but like it's just way harder when I work late. So I was off for like a week. I gotta find a way to make it work.
Yeah, that's the challenge. It's really hard. It's hard to do anything with kids, and like you guys have 2 of them each, so like it's double the hard, I guess.
It's like 75% harder. It's not double.
I think
It's 175%.
I think my work can make it hard too. Just with the role I'm in, it's like I'm always sort of like, even when I'm not working, I'm working.
getting phone calls.
So yeah, so you know,
Yeah.
hopefully that'll change at some stage in the future. And that'll make it a bit easier for me to just do something where I'm not at work. I don't have to worry about it. So that would be good without like, yeah, without going into too much detail or anything.
So
Hopefully.
speaking of busyness and stuff, what's going to change for you, Sharps, since now that Violet's starting school?
What's gonna change?
Yeah, like, is there anything like in your schedule or anything, like, you know, or if it's just like,
I mean, it's gonna be crazy the next couple of years, to be honest, because obviously school every weekday for her, that's more than she was away at daycare. Then we're still gonna have Iris, the younger one, going to daycare, but obviously school, it ends around 3 p.m. So she'll be coming home around then. But then we got my wife, who will be doing lots of placements coming up, which is like 2 or 3 week stints of just hospital work, which is like full on, and she doesn't get to decide when it happens. She doesn't get paid for it, so it's like, it's kind of crappy, but it's experience. She's really good at it. So it's gonna be hectic, man. Like, I'm just gonna try and stick to my schedule as best as I can. It's probably gonna like have to turn into like a really flexible whenever I can kind of thing again. Because back when I first started streaming, I was doing on my 2 days off. I literally sacrificed my 2 days off every week for like, I don't know, months and months and months, until I switched to Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then yeah, so I gave up my weekends for ages, and that's probably gonna have to happen again or something like that. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, not much is gonna change with Violet going to school, except I'm gonna be emotional. It coming up on Friday. She's got her first day. She went today.
Damage.
Huh? Emotional
Nothing else.
damage.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought I was muted.
Yeah, so that's it.
Yeah, so
I
her
feel
first
like
day's Friday.
that's exciting.
Cool.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens so fast. I feel like well, I don't know. I don't know what you guys are like with childcare and stuff, but Eliza goes for us just because me and Paige are both full time, and like the way it sort of works, she goes 5 days a week, and then even if we have a weekday off, she'll still at least go for, oh, what's going on with my camera for you? But yeah, she'll go 5 days a week, and then if we're home, we can get stuff done around the house.
Yeah, you
But
can.
like she could easily no, like genuinely housework. Um, she could go from 6:30 to 6 every day, whereas like school, I guess it's sort of 9 till 3. There's before and after school care, but then you're paying on top of your school fees too. So I feel
Oh
like
yeah. Apparently it was
for
like
me it's like 5 years away, but that would be like the big change for us and trying to make it work if we're both still doing shift work in 5 years, which I don't think that would be the plan. But I guess that's the challenge. But I don't know. Maybe it's probably. Actually, no. You guys both are short sort of shift work. Yours is a little bit more predictable, isn't it? But
his or mine. Phil's?
I think yours,
Mine?
Aaron.
Oh, okay.
yours, Aaron, Phil
Yeah.
has.
Yeah, I get
predictable
like
Yeah.
2 weeks in advance rosters, and like I could guess. I'd be like I'd have a 50% chance of guessing it correctly, like what time I started. If that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. So that's
But you're sort of anywhere between like 4 a.m. to like 5 p.m. anyway, right? Like you don't tend to you don't really have shifts that go any later than that, do you?
Yeah. That's
Oh, you do?
exact. No. So I mean, you're right. Correct.
Oh,
So
yeah.
weekends
So that sort of
earliest
helps, I
is
guess.
4 a.m. Weekdays earliest is 5 a.m. and then the latest is 8 a.m. till 4 these days.
That's pretty good. Yeah, so it's good to work around. Yeah.
So yeah, it's
For us,
Aaron,
doable.
I'm like,
it's literally
you-
any times.
so like I think when people think about having kids and stuff, like they're building up all this all these anxious thoughts and all these things within inside themselves of like um if it's going to be tough, like if they can handle it and all that sort of stuff. And then you have this little cute baby, yeah, and this baby's just like awesome and so snuggly, and it's like, the best thing ever. And when they're like from 0 to 2, kids are so easy. They have their nap during the day, they sleep at night, you know what I mean? Like they're just like they're gonna cry and they're gonna wake up, and you might get interrupted sleeps and all that stuff. But just to generally take care of before they start crawling, they're in their cot, you know what I mean? Or they're on their little play mat doing their little thing.
Yeah,
They're
before they're
cuddling
crawling.
you, and once they start moving, obviously you get the little terrors, you got to baby proof the house and stuff. And then you get to that age now where they're growing up and they're like proper people who can have conversations with you and have their own thoughts and, expressing their emotions more and everything. And I reckon I don't know, people have got that whole anxious, like, gonna have a baby, it's gonna be so tough, like, and then the kid's born, and it's like, I feel like your life doesn't change as much. You know what I mean? Like, you can still
Yeah, I
work
do.
around
Yeah.
things and stuff, and then when the kids get a bit older is when the whole try fit everything in this little bubble and try and make everything work starts to happen. So I'm kind of excited to get stuck into that because I love being busy too. So we've got Tia's playing footy. I'm playing footy both on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then we got Claire starting school. And then Tia's got uni that she goes to twice a week. And then I work from 6 till 2:30, maybe 3. So hopefully I can pick her up from school. So there's just, and then you got swimming lessons. The kids want to do their also extra activities. And yeah, just, and then
I
you
like
throw in
being
Yeah,
that.
to go
busy
and play some
too.
golf together.
And you throw in that, playing golf, that little thing that we call Twitch live streaming in between all that, and it's just like, when you're a couple daddies doing this sort of stuff, it's just nuts.
It's full on, but like I mean, I also really love doing nothing. Like I think I love it
me
more
too.
than most people.
Nah, no, I'm with you. When people are like, "Oh, I got so bored in ISO," I was like, look, ISO for me wasn't boring because I had a 1-year-old who's an absolute shit at the moment. You'd think she's 3 with the way she carries on in tantrums and is just challenging us. But mate, I could do 2 weeks on my own doing nothing, just watching TV, playing games. Like that does not bother me at all. Like I love that shit. So I
Yeah,
don't know how people like I get so bored I need to go outside. No,
that's like a hot take. I
no.
got a hot take. I wanted. This is a hot take. I
You're
wanted
gonna say you wanted
COVID.
lockdown to continue.
I wanted.
Oh, you want
I
it to-
wanted lockdown
Nah,
to
that's not a
continue.
hot take.
I wanted lockdown continue. I loved lockdown. Work was quiet. I could choose if I wanted to leave early or I could stay and
How
do.
good was traffic?
Traffic was
Traffic was
amazing.
good.
People suffered. People suffered. That's not cool. And like,
There was good and
I
bad.
wouldn't want
Like, it was
that.
hard
I
if you
wouldn't
wanted
want
to go
that
and
for
see your
them.
mates or
Yeah.
go to the pub or whatever. But yeah, there's definitely benefits to it.
For me,
yeah.
my life got better. Straight up, it was better.
Dude, I played
Nah,
so much
Twitch
Fortnite.
viewership was higher at a high. Over the lockdown, it was booming. Work was easy. Traffic was
Yeah.
good. I mean, life was good. Now we're out
It
of it
was
and
good.
it's crap again. But I also wanted I wanted to be locked like quarantined and stuff, but like I've never gotten COVID.
Yeah.
Not for a lack of trying.
Well,
No, I'm just kidding.
I have a confession, and if my bosses see this, they won't like it. I had, when we're in the middle of one of the lockdowns, I had saved the QR code manual codes in my phone, and every now and then we just randomly check into like Coles and Woolies and stuff from home, hoping to be told I had to isolate for 2 weeks. It never happened. But yeah, I was
Wait,
pretty keen to isolate too.
how did you
Because
save them?
You
What do you mean?
can scan the QR code. I just took a photo of it, but you can scan the QR code, or there's a manual entry for when like the QR doesn't work. So you could just like go on the COVID Victoria app, enter the code, and check in from home.
You go to fucking Coles twice a day, every day.
Yeah, they're like, "Well, you at Coles 6 times on the 14th of October." Oh, well, I don't know. I
Solo.
kept forgetting nappies.
That's great.
But
I
in
love
all
that.
honesty, I would go to Coles 4 times. I buy the wrong shit all the time. Paige tells me to go buy fabric, buy washing powder. I buy fabric softener. I buy the wrong shit constantly, and I just come home and she's just like, "Are you a fucking idiot?" And yes, I am. But it never happened. When I got COVID, we actually had COVID, and like we're actually isolating. So
Yes.
like it, yeah. The difference for me was I was still the boss, so I was still working from home basically that whole 2 weeks. Whereas if I was in a job where I just didn't have to worry as well, no worry and no baby on my, oh my god, I'd just stream all day or
Boys,
just play games and catch up on.
have you,
Over.
quick question. If you guys haven't, this will probably kill the topic and I'll move on to something else. Have you guys seen Ozark on Netflix?
No,
I've
sorry.
seen the first season, but I watched it like when it first came out, and then when season 2 came out, I never watched it.
Oh, all right.
That's the one with
Top
the
tier.
guy from Arrested Development. Right?
Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, first I'll say this top tier. Top tier. You should check it out for sure. The last season 4 part 1 just came out and like it was grouse. I loved it. I loved it so much. But you guys haven't seen it, so we won't talk about it that much. Phil, get back on it.
Quickly,
Okay.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Book of Boba. Have you seen it?
There's next on here. Book of Boba,
Bro,
episode 5.
Oh my god, yeah.
We're gonna
I'll just mute my mic.
So good.
Book of Boba Fett spoilers. Can we? Yeah, we gotta discuss this. So, episode 5 spoilers for the Book of Boba Fett coming
About
right
to
now.
reveal spoilers. We'll put a thumbs up when we're done talking about it if you want to mute. So we're going to talk about it in 3, 2, 1. Book of Din Djarin.
Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm so keen. I didn't watch it because obviously all good. I stream on Wednesdays, so I never get to watch Book of Boba live because then I normally go to bed because I got work Thursday mornings most of the time. And I was trying so hard to avoid spoilers, and I didn't watch it till like Friday or Saturday, and like literally a couple of hours before I saw the spoiler that like he was in it.
Yeah.
And Brad told me it was like a whole episode.
No.
And I did the same thing with Luke.
The
actually,
episode
in
before
Mando season 2.
Yeah, the episode before that ending music, it was like
It
that.
hints at it, yeah.
The Mandalorian
But I hadn't
thing.
seen that episode either.
And I was like, oh, you
I
hadn't
hadn't seen that episode either. No, I watched it. I watched the last 2 in one.
It was so good, man. Like, When
when they had the N1 Starfighter. Oh,
as soon as like I saw the tarp, like split second, it was in my head
Yeah,
like
me too.
Nebula Starfighter.
Yeah.
Bang.
that's what I thought too. And then for a second, I was like, or is it like a pod racer built up? Like it looked like
I
pod
saw
racer
that
mode,
for
but I
a
was like,
second
nah,
when
nah.
it was
I was like,
because it was
nah,
un
dude.
yeah.
When I saw the BD droid, because we did not see that in Mando, I was like, holy shit, Cal Kestis is
Yeah,
here. I was
yeah.
like, no
Oh,
fucking way. But it
nah, that
wasn't.
wasn't BD01. Is that Cal Kestis?
BD8. BD8.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
BD8?
BD8.
Okay.
I'm very sure.
All right,
Someone
all
will
right, all
confirm.
right. Yeah, dude, there's so many
It
things.
was
Like all the
awesome.
dark saber stuff. You saw like
Yeah.
Mandalore, flashbacks to it.
Yeah.
The pod race,
I
like the
think
canyon.
a few
What was it?
different
Death Canyon?
things.
It
I
was so
think
good.
he won't show up in the next episode. I think going to see Grogu will be off screen, and that'll be in season 3. And then I think he'll show up halfway through the last episode. They'll like Boba and that will be in trouble with the Pikes, and then he'll randomly show up and help, like save the day.
That's smart. Yeah.
You're muted. No, you're just delayed to come through. Okay.
Sorry.
That's right.
Is it 6 episodes this season or is it more?
There's 2 left.
Oh, okay. Cool. So that'd be 7
So
episodes
7.
total.
Yeah, 7.
I was gonna say, yeah, but like no Boba this episode. I was like
yeah. I think they're hinting at Boba. Well, I think they're hinting at a couple of things. I think Din Djarin. I don't know how much you haven't really watched Clone Wars and stuff, so you don't know. But
I watched
Din
Clone Wars.
Djarin's clan is like Death Watch, and they're like extremists from Mandalore, and then they're extremists inside the extremists, the Watch. So they're even further like crazy, and I think he'll begin to learn that as he heads back to Mandalore to try and find the water to like reintegrate. And I think he'll end up sort of not disowning them, but sort of going a different way with the new Mandalorian clan. And I think they're hinting at Boba Fett running it.
Really?
They talk about the mythosaur. Yeah, they talk about the mythosaur and that Kree
Mm.
prophecy. Boba's shoulder pad, his insignia is a mythosaur.
Yeah.
And he constantly in like previous episodes was talking about how you need a tribe and people and how he was loving being part of the Tuscans and stuff. So I just think they're sort of building to the potential of that. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. But he's definitely talking
Dude,
about wanting
Tamura
people,
Morrison,
like a family. I don't think he wants to be a crime boss. Yeah,
the
sorry.
actor, he is like 61 or something.
Yeah,
I did
so
not
that's fine.
realize he was that old. And
Yeah,
I was about to say Shenik Fand, but it's Fennec Shand. She's old as well. I didn't realize how
yeah,
old they
she's
were.
like 50s, I think. Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, so is Pedro Pascal. He's like mid to late 40s, I think.
I don't know. Like I don't like everyone's getting so old, dude. I don't. It's like
Yeah, well, we're
weird.
getting old. Ugh,
Are we? Are we? All right. That's enough.
we
Nah,
are.
That's
bro,
enough
we're still
spoiler
young.
talk.
No more spoilers.
We are still young, my friend.
Young at heart.
Speaking of, like you guys probably haven't seen this one either, but like they released a Halo TV show trailer.
No, I've seen it.
Did you see it? What do you think of it?
Yeah, yeah, I'm excited.
It looks
what I
good.
didn't realize was that it's not part of canon, so they can sort of take it wherever they want.
Yeah.
Which will be interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I'd rather them sort of stick to the source material or go off on their own. But it looked really good. I'm excited.
I think it's better that it's for sure like for sure
Got more
better
creative
that
freedom.
yeah, because the Halo like hardcore lore community of like they're bonkers, man. There's a lot of it. There's like
You can say toxic.
they're bonkers, dude. Nah, they definitely can be toxic about lore. Like they can be so nitpicky, like because there's like generations of like Spartan armor, and you're like, wait, why is this here? And like it's like I'm not that nitpicky. I understand
JHL
it.
will fit in with his solo videos.
Huh? Oh yeah, editing is like, oh no.
I'm not that nitpicky. I just want to make good content.
Yeah, but it's definitely a good thing that
Sorry.
they can do their own they can do creative freedom because it's probably gonna be lackluster in story, but hopefully it's a cool show and like it's not
Yeah,
too
I think
bad.
it'll be based around action.
Yeah.
And nostalgia probably more than anything. And I think sometimes that's a problem when they do stuff like this. Like they're so hooked on nostalgia that it can take away. It can be done well. Obviously, we've seen it be done well. Mandalorian, Far From Home, like there's
Yeah. I
no Way Home. Sorry.
the only thing that
you can definitely get nostalgia right, but it's a balance.
the trailer, the only thing that disappointed me was Cortana did look a little weird. That's okay, but they didn't use Halo music. They used like a cover of "In the Air Tonight" by Phil Collins, and
Yeah.
that just seemed
I don't know.
a little
I like,
out of place.
I like that song.
They should have. Yeah, it was good, but like they should have used something Halo-ish.
Yeah. Oh.
Phil, you should watch it. You might get into it. Also, it's Paramount Plus.
Huh?
Paramount Plus, which is a new service that I'm gonna have to.
There's too many
Dude,
streaming
I've
services.
signed
now.
up to so many of them.
I'm gonna have to do the
Yeah.
free
got
free
two.
trial and then probably pay for 1 month and cancel it. After
When's the show coming
ends.
out? I didn't see it.
March 2022.
We
So,
got that.
a few months.
And we've got Obi-Wan to come this year.
Yep.
She-Hulk. I think Disney are cheeky, and I kind of respect it in the sense that they don't give time frames for their TV shows until like a week or like a month before. So that way people hold their subscriptions waiting for it to come. It's pretty smart marketing, and like I would have a
That's
subscription
fair.
anyway.
I
'cause the
mean,
stuff
yeah,
on there's
mine's
so good.
constant.
But yeah, I don't know. I think we definitely will get. Well, we are getting Obi-Wan this year. I think we'll get potentially She-Hulk. I think Moon Knight's coming this year, right? Like they wouldn't show the trailer if it wasn't coming.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be.
And the Marvels? No, Miss Marvel's the TV show. The Marvels is the movie, isn't it? The Marvels is Captain Marvel 2. But Miss Marvel is the TV show, right?
Unsure about
I
that
think
one.
so. Yeah.
I'm just.
so
They just. I
lot of
like
TV.
being surprised by them. They just like pop out. Oh, Hawkeye is out now. Like 2 episodes are out. You better go watch it. Oh, sweet. So I like when they pop up.
It's a good time at the moment.
Speaking of Disney, I knew you guys were gonna like bring up like Star Wars talk or something like that, so I put a little question in. What's your favorite like Disney movie all time? So like Disney as a kid growing up, and then like another one as an adult.
When you
I-
say Disney, do you mean like
All
actually
Disney.
Disney or under the umbrella? So like you're including Marvel, you're including Star
yeah,
Wars, like
everything. Yeah, everything. Yeah.
mm,
So I did some research on this before the streamies, and mine as a kid growing up was Toy Story. That's
yeah.
like
Mm.
that's Sam's Cars at the moment. Like he's been watching Cars every day, at least maybe I'd probably say 5 times a week. Now he's actually steadied down from about 14, 15 times a week, like at least twice a day, like 4 or 5 months ago. But yeah, that was me. Toy Story on the video as a kid, and then Toy Story 2, and then could like quote all of them. And then when Toy Story 3 and 4 came out, I was like a kid going to go watch them.
Same.
And my favorite as like a teenager adult is Remember the Titans. I think it's just like all-time classic, lots of
Yeah,
life
good
lessons
movie.
in it, and then sports aspect, and then pumping people up. And, I know, I just that's something that if it's on normal TV with ads, I'd sit down and watch it.
I feel like getting something under the entire Disney umbrella now is really hard because even now they've got Star on Disney Plus, and that's got like a ridiculous amount of shows. And do you classify that?
What's Star?
If I think Disney, I wouldn't really. Yeah, on Disney Plus there's a Star section, and it's got a bunch of other like shows and movies and stuff on it that you probably wouldn't expect. I don't know whether they own those or they have rights to them though, so that's the thing. I don't know. I feel like including Marvel and Star Wars into Disney as a brand is kind of difficult. More so Star Wars because they've had like 5 films come out under the umbrella. Like the bulk of the work was done previously. I guess like all the Marvel movies were sort of under Disney, so it's a little bit different. I couldn't tell you.
Can
I
tell you
couldn't
off the
pick
top
one.
of your head. Yeah,
Kids
it'd be a
movie,
hard
Toy Story
question.
for sure.
Yeah, I had to think
Kids
about
movie,
it.
Toy
like,
Story, absolutely. But
Yeah.
as an adult, I couldn't split it.
The Lion
I'm,
King?
like, yeah, nah, not to Toy Story.
I don't think I was ever
It's
like
fine, it's
that
fine, but
into movies as a kid, to be honest. Like it's not Disney, but I do remember one, like you guys might remember it. I was really into it. I remember it fondly. The Land Before Time with the
Oh,
dinosaurs.
yeah.
I really
Littlefoot.
liked that. But like
Littlefoot, yeah.
yeah, Littlefoot and like the special guy and
Yeah.
the Triceratops chick. Yeah. But
Son,
I
don't play with your food.
I don't I don't recall like knowing word for word movies and stuff like that. I think maybe I don't know. Maybe I just didn't watch enough.
I don't know.
Ducky.
No,
and
I
Sarah.
use so many
Oh.
quotes from like when I was a kid that like watching stuff now, like "reach for the skies."
There's a
Like, that
snake
sort
in.
of talks.
I can't
Yeah,
talk
the
'cause I
snake
got
in my
my
boots.
throat,
Yeah,
but
and I want to ride the pony when the evil dude Sid's sleeping and and he's
yeah.
in his nightmare kind of thing. There's so many. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's just my brain going off kind of thing.
I haven't seen Toy Story 4. I haven't
Watch
watched
it.
that. Watch it?
It's all right. Yeah, I reckon
Oh,
three's better. Three leaves you off on a cliffhanger, and you're like, whoa.
how
And
good
then the
how good
Cliffhanger?
is
class.
I think it's
Cliffhanger
3.
seems more
Yeah.
like 3 leaves you with like a really nice
Yeah, it's a nice
closing of the
wholesome.
book rather than a cliffhanger. I feel like it closes the story. I feel like
The
4
third
sort of
movie,
yeah.
No,
what, when you think everyone's gonna get incinerated,
It
and you're
doesn't
like,
end like that.
Phil,
yeah, I know, but you're like watching it like,
that's not the
It
end.
ends with them going
I was
away with
about to
the
I
other
know,
say,
but
have you
girls.
seen the edit?
yeah,
Obviously, I think you've seen the edit
I've
when
seen the ending.
no, the
Oh yeah,
edit
yeah, yeah. When they cut it
where
off, and
like they
that's the
show
actual
like
movie. Yeah,
their
and he
parents or
pranks.
whatever,
Yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah,
they
yeah.
fade it to black and then play like the sad like you got a
Yeah,
friend
yeah,
in
I've
me and it
seen
comes
that.
down and like it
Yeah,
just alludes to that they were literally just all incinerated. That's so
yeah.
funny. I love that stuff.
Because like kids' movies, they normally go for like an hour and a half kind of thing. And I'm gonna research it now to see how.
You and
Uh,
your research tonight, Phil.
yeah.
Yeah, Phil's come
Uh,
prepared. I wish he told us.
how long does it
I
go
wrote down some
for?
possible topics.
You got
I've hit a few of them.
Um.
The thing I noticed a little bit earlier, and I wanted to point it out, and it's really random and off topic, was that I noticed that none of us are drinking a beer tonight. And what I have noticed is, if you look back through the podcast, right, anytime one of us is drinking a beer or a bev, we're all drinking a beer or a bev.
And
But the crazy thing is, we've never once synchronized it. Like, it's just happened to be that the day that one of us is drinking, we're all drinking. We haven't spoken about it. We haven't been like, let's have a beer. We've just opened and we've all had a beer, or we've all not had a beer. And I feel like that's
that's
kind of
true.
crazy.
And that is like super rare, like for me
And
as
like, I
well.
don't think people will believe that, but like, it's pretty nuts.
Yeah, not planned at all. But like,
Yeah.
I don't have beer tonight. Just have
I was thinking
water.
it before, and I was like, where can I fit this into the conversation?
It's just like the
Just like
day
10
jam it
minutes
in.
been
tomorrow.
like,
It's like we know is like rough day today. Yeah, it's all in sync, and it's like beer time.
yeah.
Um.
Did you find out
Did
how
want to
far it
raise
is?
something else. Speaking of beer, you put in the little group chat yesterday, Mr. James, about the ATO raising taxes for tap beer in hotels, pubs, and clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
And when you sent that through, I don't think I actually clicked on that link, but I was just so outraged I didn't want to know about it. And then I wanted to bring that up on the podcast, and I just thought, fucking, I've got to fucking go into this, like, sort of thing. So basically, all the pub owners, there's this dude in Queensland. He's the Queensland Hotels Association chief executive, so he looks after all the pubs and hotels and stuff. Bernie Hogan is his name, and he's basically going on about like how during COVID, all the bars, all the pubs had to shut down for safety rules and like to stop the spread, and like that's what the thing was before everyone got vaccinated, and how much that industry has lost out in money through businesses still paying rent and all that sort of stuff, and just no one's able to go out and spend money on food or anything. And now we
Yeah.
finally get back into a sort of system. It's only been what, like 4 months or so since everything sort of opened up again and semi-normal, allowed to do things with masks and under some certain restrictions on like square foot per meter or whatever it is. And now the ATO goes, oh, perfect time to, stuff these business up more and let's raise tap beer prices. So I think they're only going to go up like 30, 40 cents for like a schooner or something. But still, like, like it
Not
just
the
doesn't
end of the
help.
world, but yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't help anyone, but they get raised twice a year. So normally around February and August through inflation is what they call it.
Wait, they normally get raised or they're going to?
Yeah, yeah.
Like they normally
No,
already do.
yeah, so this is the highest one that's happened in like the highest amount that the beers have gone up in 10 years. But normally they might go up like 10 cents or 5 cents or
I feel
something.
like
So you
normally
don't
it's
really
so
notice it.
little that you don't even, you
Yeah,
don't
exactly. You
notice.
don't notice it, but this is like 40, 50 cents kind of thing for one schooner.
And most pubs probably just charge more than that anyway, so that's why you find there's just been like a flat rate for a while, like eight
Yeah.
bucks for a schooner or whatever. Like you're probably paying more than what that would entail, so then it doesn't tend to go up, and that's why you probably don't notice too. Like I don't think I've ever paid $8.10 for a schooner or anything. Like it's a rounded dollar amount.
I have no idea how much that stuff costs. I'm guessing about $8 now that you say it. But yeah, if you made me guess, I wouldn't know. Like how much a pot costs.
What yeah, $5 is pretty steep.
Yeah.
You want to be
$5
between $4 and
pots.
$5, and that's
But is that going to go up
255
then?
mil.
Or
Hey,
probably going to go up now then?
Yeah, well, everything's going to go up essentially.
Yeah.
So,
Damn.
but I just think of it like if the government and like the ATO and stuff want to make money off tax and taxing these businesses and stuff and whatever. I don't know. I'm just trying to. My point basically is that we're living in 2022, and so many countries away in the world have legalized marijuana, and then there's Australia like always behind the curveball.
Oh yeah.
Like I think before we rolled out the NBN, which
You're
isn't
saying
even
we should legalize it? I'm confused as to
yeah,
where you're
I'm
going
saying we
with
should
this.
legalize marijuana. Yeah.
100%.
Like
1 million
before
percent.
we even rolled out the NBN, I think Australia was like 72nd in like best internet speeds across the world. Like, and the NBN's not even that good.
Nah, it's shocking.
Like I don't know. I don't understand why the government are taxing something that people like and people enjoy when like Colorado, they legalized marijuana in 2014 and since then have sold $12 billion worth of sales and then they've made $2 billion worth of tax on that. And last year during COVID, when they had everyone was at home not doing anything, they had $423 million in tax revenue just from sales, just in 2021 during COVID. So I don't know. Their population
yeah.
is 5 million people, just in that one state in America. Sorry.
You have done research tonight.
This guy,
Yeah, but like
he's
you think
coming
about it,
prepared.
like that's just 5 million people in one state, and then you've got a full country of 25 million people. There's people actually in America who go on holidays and visit Colorado because it's illegal to, you know, have certain types of things and buy it over the counter, and they literally go on like high trips. They go there with their mates.
Weedcations.
Yeah, weedcations, and they like go get high and do their thing, and they're chilling out, and that's their little space. You know what I mean? Like.
Do you
I don't
reckon?
know, I
Do you
think-
reckon one of our states could legalize marijuana before the rest? Like, or is that not a possibility?
Yeah, like
Do you reckon
wouldn't
like
that be
Victoria
a
could?
thing?
How
Like,
good would that be?
exactly. Not even just like I don't think like I would probably do it because I've done that drug in the past, and I don't think that like it's a good. Um, I don't know. I don't think it's a
I have
good
more enjoyment out of
motivator.
alcohol.
Yeah, like I don't think it's a good motivator sort of thing. Like I
Yeah.
feel like for me, I feel like I just get lazy and bored and like just become a worse version of myself. But for other people, that's like their hobby or whatever. Like like go for their life. And if you can tax it and make a shitload of money off it, and you're not hurting anyone, like why wouldn't you be progressive and start something like that instead of
So
taking beer away from me, bro?
You know
Don't
what it
take my
is?
beer
It's
away
just
from me
old white people in Parliament.
in power. Yeah.
That's all it is.
I was
That's all
trying
it
to
ever
figure
is.
out how you were going to link together inflating taxes on schooners with NBN and marijuana, and I think I got it by the end. So what you're saying is instead of raising the tax on beer, if the ATO is
make more
trying
money,
to bring
yeah.
in more revenue, they
Yeah.
should just legalize marijuana and the tax that comes from that. Is
Yeah.
that okay?
Yeah.
I feel
The
like
only-
we're
the only-
ages away
I
from
think-
that though. Like
Yeah,
legalizing
I think we're probably a
marijuana.
little while. The only thing I think about is the logistics of money they're going to spend in return with that. So, and like, I still think that the money they would make from legalizing it would probably far, far, far outweigh the costs. But I think,
Because they tax the fuck out of it.
yeah, but I think
And
when
people would still buy it.
when you legalize marijuana, the rollout across the country with police, with drug buses, and just the ability to check if people have marijuana in their system, just on rent RBTs pretty much, is probably a cost because obviously you're not wanting
No, it's
people
not,
to
because you
drive
can still
under the
yeah, but that's
influence.
still a charge, and then
What do you
that's
mean?
revenue
What's
raising for
RBT?
people getting caught and getting fined.
What's
Yeah, so I
RBT?
guess random breath tests.
Oh, okay.
So obviously, like there's drug busters and stuff, but while it's an illegal practice, you're probably going to encounter it less than you will
Yeah, because guess what?
when it's legal and just anyone can
Guess
get their
what?
hands on it.
You'll be able to deliver it to you. Well, maybe if they
Uber
legalize it,
Eats.
but they should. Uber Eats, yeah, like
Uber Eats from
walk down to your petrol
Graham's
station,
Ganja.
you can get some. I mean, it's going to happen, right?
It's going to
just a
happen
matter
eventually.
of
Yeah, for sure.
when, not if.
For sure.
Yeah. It's like the whole.
Definitely.
It's like the legalization of gay marriage, like however so long. Like, what year did that all come to fruition in Australia?
Be a while ago now. It'd be like
like-
10 years, surely. We were in school.
Yeah, like
Be
and
a
that
while.
was and then still some countries haven't done that yet. So that's
I
how
was
far
like,
behind
I
the
was
8 ball they
shocked
are.
when we didn't realize that we didn't have it legalized. I was like, I just thought we did because for me, like it's just
Thought nothing of it. Yeah.
yeah,
a
like it's
no-brainer.
like why wouldn't it's
It's
so
like why
silly.
No,
can't
I agree.
I don't care if someone wants to marry someone else, they can marry whoever they want. That's their thing, Like
Let
I
them
think
get
that was the
married.
whole
I don't have
religious
to.
practice, the
Yeah.
old school ways of the male
Religion
and the
is
female. Yeah, is dying and for good reason.
that's not so much where I was going, and I've got to toe carefully here
No,
because
no, I don't care. I'm saying it.
like we've got religion has a lot of power in society, and I would say arguably, but I don't think it's arguable to say too much. Without stepping on toes of religion, like I'm not religious, even remotely. Like I hope that there's something there after we die, but I'm not. I don't go and pray. I'm not like a huge believer in God or anything. Um, like I said, I'd hope there'd be something otherwise, but I'm not religious, so I guess I don't understand. But I definitely, from the outside, see that there's a lot of power that they have and influence over the world, even still. Especially if you go to the US and you hear basically all of their politicians talking. It's all about God wants us to do this and God wants us to do that.
And
It's probably shoved a little bit down our throats less in Australia.
they're just basing that off their political agendas, and they're just using
Yeah.
God as an excuse.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
it's not a practice anymore. It's a motivational tool. It's a,
Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
it just creates division, which is everyone to their own beliefs, but I think it's disappointing that it then leads to wars or disagreements or I guess creating outcasts
Yeah,
or division. Like I
nationwide
said.
in Australia, like it's definitely like it's not prominent like in my life. Like I haven't really even like experienced much. But
Have you been to church? Like, ever?
been
Not
to
to like a church
churches,
session. I've
but I
been in
haven't.
a church for like a wedding and
Yeah,
stuff,
same.
naming day, christening, but I haven't
And that
Been
stuff
to
was
an
boring
been
actual
to
as
like
hell.
church on a
Sunday.
Sunday or something. No.
Okay, no, I have a few times when I was a kid and stuff, and yeah, I don't know,
Your
just
mum
walked in there.
is religious, right?
When she was younger, yeah. Now she's a lot more spiritual and stuff, so she believes in her things and everything. But I know a few people who've got like grandparents and stuff, and they still religiously go every Sunday. So but I find that
It's just like a
younger
tradition
people are
thing.
steering away. Yeah, it's just what they know. You know what I mean? Like it's their
Oh
thing,
yeah,
and
it's how
how they
you're
live
raised,
life
for
by,
sure.
and which is fair enough. And you don't find many religious people who are gone to jail. You know what I mean? Who've like
Yeah.
practiced it the whole line, because it does create good values, and the people going there are normally pretty timid, and um,
I don't
you know.
know. I don't know if I'd go that far in
Yeah.
saying that people don't go to prison if they're like Christian or anything, because I think you would find that that's probably wrong. Like I think if you go and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
especially
yeah.
a lot of like serial killers in the
Or
US, I think you'd find a lot of them are quite religious
I
and
think
do you
they're not
think
serial
that
killers
they
before because
find
they're
God?
religious. Don't make it seem like I'm saying that they're serial killers because of their religion. But I
Yeah,
don't
no,
think
no.
that I think if you're mentally sick, you're mentally sick, and whether you believe in God or not, I don't know if that really changes that.
It's all
You know
like
what I mean?
yeah, I get what you mean. It's all like opinion based and stuff. But I find, well, from watching shows and listening to stories and other people who've been to prison and stuff, that they're not a touch religious when they get in there, and then they've got that much spare time and their heads just ticking over, and then they find religion once they're there. if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get
And
you.
that's
You got to
their
find something to get
escape
you
thing.
through.
Yeah, and then that's their belief system, and and then that's what helps them get through,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look, I have family members, my cousins and aunties and uncles that are religious and go to church and whatever. And as long as you're not forcing your opinion down my throat and you're not treating people worse because of it, then you're free to believe and do whatever you want to do. Like as long
Yeah.
as you're respectful of everyone else, then good on you. It's the ones that are against gay marriage or discriminate. That's where I'm like, well, I don't really think that's. I don't think that was the point of religion in the first place. I feel like it's being misunderstood when you're turning it into that. So we're getting very political here. I actually
Yeah,
kind of
this
like
is
it. Getting
100%
kind of serious.
the most political Danger Zone episode.
Yeah, we really
100%.
are. We've really stepped on the danger zone here. We've got right to the line. Like our toe was there. We were nearly
Yeah.
in the void.
Nearly, man.
And it's all it's all started because of bloody tap beer getting raised, isn't it?
That was
fucking ATV.
that's what it'll do that to you. Like
Don't
if they
touch
do
me,
that,
beer,
Oh,
bro.
I like
it gets people on edge, man.
you mess with a man's beer. You mess with the
Yeah.
man.
Exactly. Especially like I don't know if there's any viewers or any listeners or anything who might come from overseas or anything, but like in Australian society, like have a beer with your mates is like a folklore kind
Beer
of thing.
is
Like
a religion.
beer,
Yeah,
beer is
that's
our
my
religion. Yeah.
religion.
Yeah.
There's the
Where
male
you
drink
go-
of choice. Yeah.
We're young dads with kids. If you take away our beer, what will we have?
Besides video games and Star Wars and footy,
And Solo.
Yeah,
solo. Yeah. Could
yeah,
you
that's
imagine
true.
someone?
We do have solo.
Yeah. Oh, here it is.
You gotta crack a solo.
How many of them you got on your table? Your hands over your mic, so you're muted.
Including this one. That's you can't actually see. I gotta be really careful to not spill this, but
Oh, that's just like leaning on your boom there. Nice.
yeah, it's making me really nervous. My PC's over there, but like my keyboard.
Yeah.
I could. Yeah, the worst thing is my PC's like all over here, but I could easily see me going like that, and it's just
Yeah.
Slow motion right there.
over.
I've actually put
Yeah.
in this shelf over here just for my drinks and stuff when I'm playing games and
Ooh.
everything because I've got like a small desk
Oh.
as it is, and I used to have it like on the left side of my keyboard, and then a couple of times I've actually knocked it, but like off the desk the other way. So like
Yeah.
it hasn't been too bad because it hasn't spilt on anything.
Tell you what
before,
I
like, it's
just
clean.
thought of that I want to do. I want like
Yeah.
the shooters that like shoot out little tennis balls, like the little belts, and they go. Bloop. I want to like have
Yeah.
one there, and I can like activate it to shoot a can towards me over my right shoulder. Grab it, crack it open, drink it. Now, that's
That
a
is
good
ultra
idea.
Boss move. Yeah.
That would be
Okay,
cool.
how much does your monitor screen cost?
Not too much. Not too much. This one, I think I bought it for
Yeah,
180 back
you'd
in the
want to
day.
test it first.
Yeah, you want to make sure it like drops and hits your keyboard or
The
something.
problem with
like
two
that.
belts is if one doesn't go at the right speed, then it is going the wrong way, and that's
true.
when you lose the screen.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we hit an hour. I think that's a nice place to end it right here. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you guys want to check out JHL22 on Twitch and on Instagram and on TikTok, down in the description.
Not on Twitter at the moment because I've been
banned.
Banned for saying I'm not over 13.
SupaPhill is down in the description as well. Check them out, guys. My name is Sharpie, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. See ya.